end of every dusty Baja road, there is a good time. I almost promise it. This is Surf and Turf, and we're going e-biking. Right beyond this fence is a secret trail that we've been using for a couple years on the dirt bikes, and we're now going to use it on the e-bike. So let's get the trucks through there, get parked, and get geared up. The other thing about Baja is for sure always respect the locals. Go slow past the farm fields, put their gates back up properly, and make sure you're being a good neighbor. This is Surf and Turf, let's have some fun. We've ridden dirt bikes with them in Baja before, but this time it's mountain bikes, and so we brought the most prolific mountain bike rider of all time, in my opinion, Brian Lopes, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo. Looking forward to see what Cameron has in store for us. Usually he has his plan pretty polished, but we'll see.
You're not going to be the judge of it. Megan's going to be the judge of it. Right, Megan? You're the judge of this.
Okay. So far.
It's her first Baja trip, is that right?
First Baja trip. First Baja trip with Baja bound. So ready for it. Ready to come check out the trail and see what e-bike we can do out here. Good times to be had.
3 or so years ago, I would ask Cameron about going mountain bike riding, and I wouldn't even get a response. So to be out here in the middle of Baja with mountain bikes is pretty incredible. That's a
maiden voyage on the new Specialized. I don't know, do I look the part? I kind of feel like I'm pretending a little bit, but I'm just gonna ride smart, have fun, and listen to what Brian Lopes has to say. Yeah, hoppa! We doing this?
And bam, the very first climb was technical. It was right away, you know. All those guys were walking. I saw every one of them as I passed them, they were walking. Got to the top, sick ocean views, and then we just had an awesome, just ripping downhill all the way down.
Just to kind of see that open expanse. I mean, you know, we live here in Southern California, and sure, you see the water, but when you're able to see it without any homes, nothing there, you're just like careening down the side of this hill with a whole group of people, they're just like, this was stellar, I love it.
Yeah, right?
Fun. Some good stuff, man. Like way better than I thought it was gonna be. Definitely a little loose, you know, definitely a lot of loose rocks, but other than that, it was sick. Just good call, dude. Your first e-bike call and you nailed it.
We're trying, you know, it's hard, you never know. You got Ryan and all the group here, you want to stoke them out, you know, you want them to have fun. So you got to have a little bit of challenge, which I think the heart rates are up for sure, even though they're e-bikes, but that was fun. Good start to Surf and Turf. Fun all around, lots of smiles.
So on trips like this, obviously when you're riding an electric assist bike, you need to have a battery and it's not going to last you all day. So Cameron and his crew, they put together 2 generators that were placed in the back of trucks, plugged in the bikes, and the bikes instantly start charging.
All the e-bikes that we're riding are all pedal assist. So there's no throttle, you have to pedal for it to help you. So you're still riding and you can still get quite a bit of exercise.
The thing that's kind of phenomenal about the e-bike, the distance that you can travel.
You know, I ride my muscle bike quite a bit, so I've been spending more and more time on e-bike over the last 2 years, and it's really opened my eyes to the different types of terrain I can ride, the steepness of hills.
There's a lot of places that you would not be able to pedal a normal bike, so it's pretty awesome. I've got a lot of friends as well who bought e-bikes, and they're just ripping up the trails.
Some days you want a day off, and usually on those days I would jump on my road bike and just cruise up the coast for a nice little easy spin, but now I can jump on my e-bike and, you know, and not struggle up the hills or have to really work hard to get up the hills, but then still really enjoy the downhills and being out in the dirt, which is what I love the most. I go real far back with Cameron, back to our childhood days when we rode BMX, and he was like the pro boogie boarder in those days. Trying to be a BMXer, but he wasn't very good. He sucked, actually.
Yeah, little run down the beach, little surf and turf. Super stoked, Baja bound. Troy Lee Fox supporting our mountain bike madness. Mountain bike, dude. Surfing, love it. All but fun, man. Can you tell? This is what Baja is all about right here. Ready, Baja turn. That's the Baja bound guys right there. The guys that own it. They actually are out doing it. We don't just talk about ourselves. Look, in the next wave, Jeff Hill from Baja Bound Insurance. Oh, he cooped it. Oh no, he pulled it perfect. So, Hank and I have known each other since high school, and his dad used to take us surfing down in Baja all the time, way back in the day, late 80s. His dad started Baja Bound, and Hank took it over, and here we are all these years later, still having fun and surfing in Baja.
Doing the same shit we were doing, you know, 25 years ago.
The grin on your face says, I've been at Baja, hanging with my buddies, getting wet, riding bikes. It's Baja. That's my life.
Initially started off on just kind of a higher precipice and rolling terrain, which was pretty sweet. It gave you a good view. It was kind of cool because you could see really the crescent beaches around in Baja and where we were. And then when we were riding into the wash, it was pretty cool because you're able to sort of cruise and careen into and in between some of the canyons that are formed by the water. So there were some nice spots. We were able to drop down right onto the beach.
Down in Mexico, it's pretty much free game. I mean, it's just free riding cliffs, riding, you know, kind of wherever you want, dropping into stuff right down to the sand. Around Southern California, you know, you're not dropping in on cliffs and riding along cliff edges near the beach because there's really no areas to do that, and if there are, there's usually you know, rangers or, you know, beach patrol or something that's gonna kick you out of there anyways. You're not allowed to do that stuff. So
we spent a little time closer to the ocean, but again, just kind of exploring. We got into the sand. We kind of figured out the limits too on the e-bikes. I think Baja is all about destination, and I think we've got some really good ideas on where to go and where to take people.
yeah, day 3 was definitely probably, you know, overall the best day that we had. Started off in the mud hills. I had ridden the mud hills once before on my motorcycle many years ago.
Super fun terrain. We were it was one of those things where we weren't sure until we went. It could be sandy and loose. Once we got on them, it's like a roller coaster out there. It's a lot of fun.
yeah, we had some really beautiful, you know, kind of open wide spaces that you'd riding on the rims of these cool trails. And then we came up to a spot where honestly I felt like down deep into the mud hills. I felt like I was on Star Wars doing pod races as we were careening through these really cool, you know, mud walls, and then you'd squeeze through one mud wall onto the other side and come around another. It felt very Star Wars pod race, and it was awesome. Of course, Brian was doing jumps up and over Cameron, which added to the excitement. I left that to the boys, keep playing. It was cool though.
Hopefully I'm rolling. Look out in the distance and it's just mud hills and ridges and all this stuff, and you see one cactus just sitting up on the hill all by itself. If we had enough time, we could probably stay there for a couple days and just make tons of great trails and find tons of awesome ridges to ride down. I think if you hit it with the right weather, you know, maybe a couple days after some rain, you could go out there and just make some rad stuff, bring a shovel, and it would be easy. It would be easy to make jumps and berms and just killer ridge lines. Wow, it was awesome. Great ride, awesome downhill.
A lot of cool hills that you get to go up and down, really flowy trails. And it ended up being a good spot. I think it's going to be a spot that we continue to take these e-bike adventures.
Yeah, Brandonian, oh yeah!
Yeah, I can't wait to get back out there and explore a little bit more. But that was the next section, and it was a super fun ride. We ended up getting picked up by the trucks, threw the bikes on the Charger, and then we rushed back out to one last spot to get a sunset, to ride one more trail, and then we rode a wash all the way down to the cliffs of the beach. As the sun was setting, it was like the perfect end to a really good day on bikes.
Bringing them down here, it was a little bit of a question mark. We were kind of doing some exploratory stuff. To be honest with you, we've had a blast. We've ridden inland all the way down to all the way out to the coast and back. We've done a lot of exploring, and surprisingly, the e-bikes have showed up to play. I'll tell you what, I think there's going to be a lot more of this in the future from the Desert Assassins. It's a good thing.
Oh, that's a lot of work. Man, this is so beautiful. This is what, for me, Baja is really all about, is just wide open spaces, no one around, just beautiful sunsets, and just super stoked on the 2021 Surf and Turf. Great crew of people, epic chase group, so many fun trails, and just, yeah, another banger trip to Baja. Hope you guys had fun watching, because we had fun living it. Looking forward to the next one, 2022 Surf and Turf e-bikes. It's game on.